Alright, greetings, beloveds. Today's session, we are opening up and cleansing our heart chakra. So, you know that I've done a series of these. So, if you haven't seen all the rest of the 7, even though we have 13, you can definitely check the playlist for that. Well, this is about your heart, so I'm going into the altar box. We're going to deal with all of the elements that represents that and that I tend to do in the practice. So we have our green candle, we definitely have our Tibetan bowl, we're using our sage, the infused white sage, as well as the dragon's blood. So this is one thing that we will always take into our practice that is relatable to the subject at hand. So you want to make sure that you grab your cue cards or your postcards that from your altar box, and we want to write down the very things that we want to focus on in our intent. Yeah. Remember that the color green, as well as the heart chakra, is infused with growth, health, success, money, jealousy, and envy, as well as abundance. So we want to start as well with opening up ourselves before continuing with our breath session. So you can see me using my thumb as well as my pinky finger to inhale and exhale and flow out and start with even deeper breaths from our root chakra into our heart chakra. Remember, everything is the breath. We are servicing the breath of life as we continue to move through life. Alright, so this is going to be a very dedicated, quite focused session, like always. However, I am incorporating the divine masculine and feminine principles external of thee with this lovely couple, and we are going to go through all of the steps when we're talking about cleansing and clearing properties to be in divine balance with each other. So I am showing them and opening them up for a session that they'll be able to continue doing together, nurturing, being in divine balance, as well as sharpening each other. So you'll just see me kind of going through it, giving them their little pen and cue cards so they can write their intents on there. And we're going to go through a slow and beautiful way of expression to each other, for each other, by each other, in divine balance. Yeah? So you can sit with us. And of course, please watch to the end. So, as they are writing on their postcards their heart's desires and their intentions to commit to it, no matter how things may seem, I am saging their aura and using this as a cleansing process for themselves, as a commitment to each other, as a commitment individually, and allowing the presence. And when we do that, she's so sweet. She felt that presence so heavily on her. She's like, I just got all these chills running through me. We all experience the presence of spirit when we totally commit. And so this is one part that I don't often share deeply as I'm doing now, that I love about the space I get in with yoga. We're spiritual beings. So we want to use every aspect that we can. And again, you will see me with the Tibetan bowl, just opening again, further opening up that space. And we're going to start with our yoga in a bit. It's so beautiful. I love my practice. As when spirit moves because the willingness is there. I'm willing, they're willing. So you can see areas and you can speak to those areas. One can release and be healed in those particular areas. So I love all of it. Yoga, the spiritual development, the moving intangible reality, but using practical tools. I love this part. Now that we both have opened and allowed a certain space for themselves and for each other collectively, it's been written down. They've made an effort, a commitment to be here, to stand in balance. We now have that place or that spot where we can move freely and openly discuss the matters at hand to bring in some balance. So we'll be in a mind, body, and spiritual way of operating. And here I'm just demonstrating and speaking about the depth of blockages within our root chakra, sacral chakra, solar plex, and how that can hinder the heart chakra. So it's all about the cleansing, the inner and understanding of what it is that you are dealing with, and then applying the application. Now let's tap into that physical side. So you'll see I have them actually wide legs open and just doing some rotations. But with these rotations, we're going from side to side. We're breathing in from the core and we're causing that area that we're sitting in, that root chakra, to help move that energy up and through that heart chakra. So everything that we are doing is working on that energy to be positive but passionate. And I'm laughing because she is so beautiful in her spirit and energy now. She's loosening up and she's really putting forth the effort. So let's sit with our shoulders back, fully extend our arms. We're still sucking in from our core or inhaling from our core. And we're going to exhale and flow down to the floor, okay? Now, this is a posture that is really, really good. I like to do this, what I call in divine balance, especially with partners, from the seat, which is your root, all the way up. All low body yoga workouts, because this allows the flexibility. We are emotionally inclined within our root and sacral chakra, and that is our hips, our abductors. So this is the area that we need to be able to be free in, fully flowing in. So you'll see that I have her stretching fully out. Now she can't go all the way down yet, but I'm apply a bit of pressure as she inhales and exhales, and then I push down so she can release. So it's a continuous flow. It's something that you would do yourself, and I'm just showing her how that would feel for her. And she clearly is enjoying it. She's like, okay. Most of us don't realize all of our emotions are settled in our core area, the root chakra, sacral chakra, which is the opening of the hips, needs to happen. So I'm going to help him as well. I love this. Stay with us. My divine masculinity, you have to deal with stress, anxiety, heartbreak, the things of the world, and you want that health, that love, that success, that money. You want all those things too. So it is important for you to open up your heart chakra, open up your hips, abductors, allow that passage from the root chakra into your sacred chakra, into that solar plex, moving right into that heart chakra. It is meant for you as well. Beloveds, do remember, do not get frustrated if you can't go all the way down and touch your chest to your leg when you first start. It is a practice. It becomes a discipline. Then it becomes second nature. Just start. Well, I'm trusting that you are trying this as well at home, because you can do this by yourself. It's nice to have, okay, your partner, divine masculine and feminine. However, it is good for you to do this yourself. And it does just look like it's really simple and really just going back and forth, forward and back. But when you do the whole process, take time, write your things out, set that intention, set the atmosphere, and you start to really adapt your breath to this work, you'll find that sitting on the ground doing 4 different sessions in 4 different postures, but seated, you realize how much of flexibility you actually will develop in your core and your upper body. All right, so I am just basically closing it up, bringing everything that they had spoke about, their intentions, into that center spot, fully extended, open heart chakra from the root chakra and from within. See you in the next video, beloveds. Besitos.